Uzbekistan is one of the most affordable countries in the world, and it has 5 UNESCO World Heritage Sites, out of which 4 are situated on the Silk Road. If you are into art, architecture, history and culture, Uzbekistan is just the right place for you. Hi, I'm Komal and I'm a travel content creator from India, and I have been traveling for 3 years now. I recently visited Uzbekistan for 7 good days, and this video is going to be a one-stop guide to plan a perfect vacation. So subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because I share travel videos every week. This is part 1 of the travel guide, and in this video I'm going to tell you things that you should know before visiting the country, जैसे कि flights, visa, accommodation, stay, food and everything in between. So without further ado, let's get started. Let's first talk about the best time to visit Uzbekistan. Uzbekistan has extreme temperatures. It is either too hot or too cold. So the best time is the spring month, which is March to May, and the autumn month, which is September to October, when the weather is pleasant and dry. Talking about flights, so there are direct flights available from Delhi and Mumbai to Tashkent, which is the capital city of Uzbekistan, and the cost is somewhere around 25,000 to 30,000, and this is where the most of the expenses go, like the major of your expenses go, because once you land there, like the country is very affordable. And if you are lucky enough, you might find prices that are lower than this, because I booked a flight for around 8,000 one side, so it was quite cheap for me. Let's talk about visa. So you can apply for e-visa on their official website. I'll add the official link in the description below. Make sure that you're using that link for booking your visa, and it will take somewhere around 3 to 5 business days to reach your inbox, so you'll have to match the timing accordingly. Now this visa is valid for 30 days. Like once you are in the country, this visa is valid for the particular dates that you're going to put in the form, and you don't have to give any flight details when you're applying for the visa, so that is going to be very convenient for you. Let's talk about currency. So 1 INR is around 150 som and 1 USD is around 7,000 som. So you can carry US dollars from India for better exchange rates and get it exchanged at hotel or banks. And you can also carry 04x card like Neo. I always carry Neo with me, and I use that for ATM withdrawal and online transaction. Just you have to take care of the fact that when you're withdrawing money from the ATM using Neo, there are some charges involved, somewhere around 550 rupees that is going to get deducted no matter how small or big the amount is. But it is very helpful when you have a 04x card. And another thing is, especially on weekends, most of the ATMs are out of money, so it's better when you are stepping out of the airport or the railway station, you are withdrawing money then and there itself. Okay, let's talk about SIM cards. For SIM card, you have two options. You can either go for Beeline SIM card or you can go for Uztelcom. I used Uztelcom network in Uzbekistan. I couldn't find Beeline option in the main area of Tashkent, because of which I had to go to next mall, which was nearby, and I bought my SIM there. I was first a little hesitant because of the reviews that I read about Uztelcom, but for me it worked pretty well. I used it in Samarkand, Bukhara and in Tashkent as well. It cost me around 750 rupees for 60 GB data. So there's a counter right there in the ground floor that you can get over there, and you can use the SIM card for internet and also for local calling purposes. Another option that you have is to get an eSIM. In case you are looking for network right from the moment you land, you can get an eSIM. Just remember that eSIMs are used for only data and not for calling purposes, but it serves the purpose of getting a cab from the airport to your accommodation. So travel insurance is not mandatory in Uzbekistan, but I always recommend to get a travel insurance so that you're protected and you're safe in case something happens. And you can check the link in the description. I've added some of the options via which you can book your travel insurance. One important information that you have to remember if you are a drone operator is that drones are illegal to use in Uzbekistan. I got stuck in a problem, but fortunately the people over there were so nice that they did not create any problem as such. So I was coming from Kazakhstan to Uzbekistan, and when I was crossing the borders and they came for passport check, and the border control people there, they asked if I had a drone or not, to which I replied yes, I do have a drone. And it was somewhere around 12:31 a.m. At night, and they took me to their office. I was a little scared because they were officers, and I thought, oh my god, are they going to take my drone away from me? But that did not happen. They asked me some very normal questions, very casually, very kindly, and then they asked me to fill the customs form over there, and they took my drone along with the remote, and they told me that they are going to hand it over to me at the airport itself. And then the official who handled this entire matter, He himself helped me with the drone thing. So I got my drone back after 7-8 days, like when my trip was over, right when I was going to check in. Like when I was going to check in my luggage, that is where I got my drone, and I had to sign some more custom papers before I do that. So I think I got lucky because the officers were nice, but you never know what kind of people you might encounter. So it would be better if you're not carrying a drone at all, and if you are, just make sure that you are letting them know, because if you're not letting them know and then you're carrying it and you're going to try and hide it, that might be even more problematic. So it's better to use local people's help, local officers' help, and get your drones custom registered and whatever is required basically. Talking about apps that you need in Uzbekistan, I have a couple of recommendations for you, starting with Yandex or My Taxi app. So you can use both these apps for booking cabs from one place to another. I used Yandex extensively, and they proved to be very useful, and they are very quick in replying, and even when you talk to their customer service, they really take care of their customers. So I really like their service. I have a pro tip for you. So you can use your Zero Forex card and link it on the application, and in that case you don't have to worry about cash payments, so that will be very helpful for you. Number 2 is using Google Translate or Yandex Translate. Unfortunately, not a lot of people in Uzbekistan speak English, and in that case you need to constantly translate the language that they are saying, language what you want to say. So it is a bit of a hassle. So language barrier is a huge issue in Uzbekistan, but you can use Google Translate and Yandex Translate. I realized that I was able to use Google Translate better when I did not know what language it is. Like for example, if I'm in a grocery shop and I want to read the ingredients or things like that, then I was able to use the detect language feature of Google Translate and use them for online translations. But during offline translation, when I did not have access to internet, or I wanted to just immediately convert what they are trying to say, Yandex Translate was very much useful. So you can download Uzbek and Russian, because these two are the most popular languages that are spoken over there, and it is going to be helpful when you have the offline translations with you right from the moment you land. Number 3 is Tujus. So I've already mentioned in my Kazakhstan video that Google Maps are not accurate in Central Asia, so it's better to use Tujus app. You can also use maps.me to download offline maps, and Google Maps are not accurate as such, because I ended up at wrong places 2 times, so it's better to not use them at all and use Tujus for navigation. And you can also check bus routes on the Tujus app. So it is quite a nice app that proves to be very useful in Uzbekistan. Number 4 is you use tickets.uz or 12Go Asia for booking your train tickets, and you can compare the prices in both the applications and then decide that which one do you want to book. It's better to check the ratings and read reviews before you're booking a train, and sometimes you might end up in wrong train, so it's better to see everything thoroughly and then you decide which train you want to book. And you're going to use trains extensively in Uzbekistan if you want to go from Tashkent to Samarkand, Samarkand to Bukhara, Bukhara to Khiva, Khiva to Tashkent. All of these places trains are used, so it's better to use these 2 applications for that. Let's talk about what should you pack for your Uzbekistan trip. So as per law, there is no restriction on what you can wear and what you cannot. However, people really appreciate when you have covered clothes, especially in mosques, and it's better to wear long sleeved dresses and dresses that goes beyond your knees. And you also need to carry a scarf with you that you cover your head with when you are entering a mosque. Apart from that, if you are roaming in the streets, you are free to wear whatever you want, but it's better to blend in the culture than to stand out, especially when you are in new country. Talking about safety and scams, if you are going to take care of the basic things that we are always going to take care of no matter where we are, I think you are good to go. Uzbekistan is a safe country to visit, I must say, no matter what other people are saying, in the sense like we read articles, but I would say that if you are taking care of basics, you are good to go. And if I have to share my own experience, I would say that they're actually fond of Indians. There were people who were coming up to me and asking me that if I'm interested in taking a picture with them, and there were people who were singing Bollywood music, and every time I told them I am from India, they were like, Hindustan, Hindustan, Shah Rukh Khan. So this is how they were reacting to Indian people around them. So I would say it's pretty safe, and if you want to get the list of scams that you should avoid, I'm going to upload a video in the next 2 to 3 weeks, so you can check that out. And for that you have to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell notification so that you not miss an update. Now let's talk about accommodation. So I use booking.com to book all my stays, and you can actually check the reviews. My go-to way of booking a hotel is to change the settings to good ratings, that is 8 plus ratings, and they should have at least 10 reviews so that I can actually make an informed decision. Another cross-check thing that you can do is check the Google reviews, because sometimes the booking.com reviews are fake, and fake in the sense like they have asked people to review them on booking.com, and you can check Google reviews and compare, and if the rating is above 4 on Google reviews and above 8 on booking.com and they have at least 10 reviews, then you're good to go. And just make sure that you are also checking what is included in your stay and what's not, because once I booked a room and there was no air condition in that room and I did not check it thoroughly, so it was my mistake, because I just presumed that the AC is anyway going to be there. So you'll have to check that. I stayed at Elite Hotel in Tashkent and I really loved that stay. It was a luxurious stay, and I booked it only for 2500 rupees because I traveled in shoulder season. I stayed in Amir Hostel in Samarkand. I would say it is a decent hostel. I booked a private room over there, but you are free to book a dorm bed as well. They provided very good breakfast in terms of the fact like I'm a vegetarian, and they were very understanding of that fact, and they presented few options for me at the breakfast table. And the third one is Central Asia Hotel in Bukhara. Even that is a really nice hotel. So all these are budget accommodations, but feel free to do your own research, because I did not really research much on accommodation part, and these were the hotels where I stayed at and I liked them. Let's come to food. So finding vegetarian food is a bit of a task in Uzbekistan. In fact, especially in Bukhara, I felt a lot of problem, but still I would say there are few Uzbek dishes that can have vegetarian variants to it. Say for example plov, which is the like most traditional dish of Uzbekistan. You can actually get a vegetarian variant. Please don't abuse me in the comment section, because I know you're going to say ki it's, if it is vegetarian it's not plov and things like that. So but anyway, you can actually try plov, you can try dumplings, you can try the good luck bread that they sell over there, you can try samsa. Samosa is not originated in India, it is a part of the Central Asia culture. So some samosa has come from samsa. Anyway, samsa also has a vegetarian variant that you can try, and you can also try traditional fruits like apricots and plums. So yeah, your food will be sorted. I generally carry MTR packets with me because I'm a vegetarian, and in countries like this there are not many options available, so I tend to carry packets with me so that I'm not starving. So I went to a bunch of places, like eating places in Uzbekistan, but two places that I would highly recommend is Old City in Samarkand and Old City in Bukhara. Both were really nice restaurants where you can try Uzbek dishes. I'm not talking about Indian restaurants over there, because anyway you will find them and you're going to eat Indian food over there. So it's better to also try local dishes, for which you can go to Old City Bukhara and Old City Samarkand. That is the name of the hotel, and you can try a bunch of dishes over there. And if I have to give you one Indian restaurant recommendation, it has to be in Samarkand. There is a restaurant named Dostana which actually gave us good food. The service was a bit slow, but I really like the food there. So if you're starving Indian food and if you really want to just get your hunger satisfied, you can actually go there and try their food out. So that brings me to the end of this video. I hope you found this video useful, and if you did, make sure you hit the like button and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. This is part 1 of the video where I've shared flights, visa, accommodation, basically the things that you should know before planning a trip. And in the next part, I'm going to share a perfect 5 days itinerary along with its cost breakup. So to not miss an update, hit the bell notification, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.